Martina Hingis has won over $19 million in her career. And she turned pro in October of 1994. Peng Shuai to serve first. Big backhand, 15 love.
Yeah, those are the shots that you will see a lot. She likes to step in and likes to crunch the flat backhand and forehand.
Big serve, caught the line. Hingis gave it a little look, but she's not going to challenge that. Has the forehand long, 40 love. Now, Hingis yesterday, after all that rain, actually went out on the practice court. Her mother was squeegeeing the court off, and she just started hitting shots, not running around, but hitting shots just to do something, I guess.
I was watching that from the players' restaurant. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I don't know if that's dedication or stupidity. It's one or the other. I just haven't figured it out.
It's a lot of nervous energy, maybe.
I think what it shows is that Martina, as good as she is, and as many matches as she has played this summer, even she feels like, you know, I got to get out on the court. I got to feel the ball on my strings and hit a few balls. I mean, it was pouring, and like you said, she had all the workers squeeging off the court, so she could at least try and hit a little bit.
She's standing in one little spot along the baseline.
Oh, just a classic Martina Hingis point there. And those points, the longer the point goes, the more that's going to favor someone like Martina Hingis, because eventually she will find a way to work her way into the net and take advantage of something short. The shorter the points, it's going to favor Peng, but Martina's this is the classic Martina. Knows exactly when to come into the net and take advantage of getting her opponent off the court.
That swinging volley, 40-30. Wild miss with a backhand.
Well, again, Peng realizes, wow, I better get off the first big shot in the rally. She doesn't want to have those long rallies. Probably a little tired after that one as well. It's amazing how much nervous energy you have the first couple of games of any match, but let alone the first round of a Grand Slam.
Well, they're back to deuce. Another big serve, though. Second ace for Peng Shuai. And the game to Peng Shuai, 1-love. So she holds to start this first round match with Martina Hingis.
Well, interesting serve there from Peng. She realized, you know, I've hit the big flat serve. something she's probably expecting me to do again, and what she's done very, very well is hit the kick serve to get Martina well off the court and outside. And Martina tried to do something a little bit too much with it. So at least, it's important for Peng to come out here and utilize her brain a little bit better and show Martina that I'm not just a big hitter of the ball, that I can actually use my shots.
Peng Shuai's had just a couple of wins on hard courts this year. Her success has come on clay for the most part. Record of 16-13 on the season. Hingis takes the net, goes up 15-love.
She was injured in San Diego. She was a set-all with her opponent, and I think she hurt her ankle. So another interesting factor to throw in here. A bit of an unknown. We know that she can win the big matches, beating Kim last year. So her first match back was against Shuai Peng in LA after that, which was surprising. But she's the type of player that can give Martina some problems.
Oh, no, backhand. Beats Hingis for a winner. And putting the pressure on a couple early break points.
Well, again, the heavy ball is always going to give Martina the problem. And now that's given her 2 break points, so an interesting factor here early on. Good smart serve out wide, catching Peng not really. She wasn't expecting that at all. She had a look at the line.
Another break point. Well, she had Martina moving on the baseline but couldn't finish.
Well, we talk about the nerves of Peng out here and how difficult it is for a first round, but we're forgetting about the factor of Martina Hingis' first match here for a few years, and so I'm sure the butterflies are flying around in her stomach as well, and she's trying to hopefully get on the board here on her own service game.
And even though she's won here, it's been a long time. She's 8th seed. Now has a game point. And we're back to deuce. Armstrong court starting to fill in now.
Well, Peng's got the two-handed on both sides, so whenever you get outside of the court or you move that type of opponent outside of the court, they really feel like they're going to struggle getting back into the court. They feel like they have to hit a winner. Martina's very, very smart with her second serve out wide sometimes.
Outright winner that time, so we go for a third deuce. First service. And Martina Finishes at the net.
Well, again, utilizing that wide serve to open up the court. She knows her opponent's going to have some struggles getting out there with the two-hander.
And the first double fault gets us back to deuce one more time.
Well, often a double fault will come from just the pressure of her opponent's big returns, and she knows that Peng really likes to step in and take advantage of anything short, so she's going to have to get a lot of high percentage of first serves in today. I think she's very aware of that already.
Now, will that make her more aggressive, or will that make her more cautious with that first serve?
We think it would make her a little bit more cautious.
Hingis with a brilliant drop. Hold serve, and we're 1-all in the first.
Her interesting little skip after that when she won that game. You can tell she's got the nerve. She's a little excited, so she's very happy that that game's out of the way.
One thing at a time. Well, I've won a game now. Let's see if I can win another one, get a service break, win a match. A set, then a match.
Clever. Very, very smart there. Way to use the court. She sensed that Martina was well outside the court there and knew her opponent was in trouble. So rather than wait for that ball to bounce and try and hit a big shot, realized that an easy volley anywhere into the court would have won that point.
Serve out wide, 30 love. Well, Hingis has gone to the net 4 times, won all 4 of those points. Peng has been there twice and won 1.
She's a great striker of the ball. Kim Clijsters mentioned that last year when she lost to her in San Diego. She said, wow, she can play like that. She can be top 5 by the end of the year for sure. So this is the type of player that when she's on, she can hit some great shots from anywhere in the court. I remember I saw Kim that following day. I said, what happened? She said, that girl was unbelievable.
Caught her by surprise?
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere building a game, and you know, striking the ball is a good place to start, isn't it?
No, absolutely. The Hingis trademark there, the backhand, inside out or down the line, has always been her classic go-to shot.
It'll be interesting to see how she handles the pressure of being back at the U.S. Open in the big spotlight. Peng Shuai with an ace, and that her third in this first set. She leads 2-1. We're back at Louis Armstrong Stadium. First round match, Martina Hingis, the 8th seed, and Peng Shuai, 15 love, 1-2 here in the 4th game.
And again, the thought of, is she going to step in and crunch my second serve? And obviously a second double fault of the match already in only 2 service games.
Oh, she fires a backhand right back where Peng Shuai left the court.
30-15.
Oh, what a great drop shot.
She disguises that backhand drop shot so well. Everybody knows when Martina gets that easy backhand, they have to really be careful of the big backhand down the line. It's always her great shot. And they know she likes to come in behind it. She's not afraid to come in and volley. But then all of a sudden you take that little bit of a mini step backwards to cover that backhand, and boom, the drop shot.
First serve. Well, that forehand well long. Another net cord.
One more and she's buying drinks. That's what we say.
Is that the rule?
Oh.
Okay. If I'd only known that.
Hingis.
Hingis holds 2-2 in the first.
2 games all.
You're thinking back to when Martina Hingis left tennis. She was not a happy camper. The injury thing was one thing, but she was not taking the loss of status as the top player very well.
Yeah, when you dominate that much for that long, it's not something that you like to get used to, losing in finals or semifinals to those big hitters. And I think, like I said, that was something that she struggled with, was losing those big matches to the Williamses and Davenports and Capriatis. The big hitters of the game. It really changed the face of women's tennis, those 4 or 5 big hitting players.
That's just wide.
15.
Well, Capriati's been missing now for 22 months with various injuries. You wonder if it's too late for a comeback for her. Just turned 30. Can she get there? She does. And finally, it's over. It took 3 or 4 extra strokes, but Hingis wins the point.
Talk about using all parts of the tennis court. She certainly saw a lot of real estate in that point, Peng Shuai.
A great hustle. Made Martina hit a few extra shots.
Hingis is struggling a little bit with the big shots, and there's no question about that. She would not have seen Peng play very much And probably trying to figure out exactly how to beat her right now. Changing the pace, what do I do? That's where Martina Hingis is such a step ahead of most of the tennis players, is I'm just going to bide my time and wait and wait and wait, not panic too much. The problem she's going to face today is she can't wait too long, because Peng is the type of player that can step up and hit the winners from anywhere. Just like this, middle of the court, huge amount of depth on that, right on the baseline and sideline. Don't want to challenge that one.
And the game to Peng Shuai. We stay on serve 3-2 in the first.
3 games to 2. First set.
Martina Hingis' first match at the U.S. Open in over 3 years. Back at Louis Armstrong Stadium, Martina Hingis serving 2-3 in the first against Peng Shuai. Mike Crispino, Renee Stubbs on a overcast day in New York, but a dry day. And Martina gets to the net, and that ends that.
There's only 2 other players that do that as well as she does, and that's Roger Federer and Amelie Mauresmo, where they sense they're not necessarily hitting that ball to come in behind, but they hit it with the intention of, wow, okay, I've got my opponent out of off the court, they're in trouble, I'm just going to come in and finish the ball at the net. And that's also a belief in your volleys, which she has. Great hands, good volleys, always been a good doubles player.
Hasn't played much doubles this year, but yeah, you're right about that. And I guess that's the one thing in the women's game that people keep wondering about. When will we see more volleyers? More. You're obviously a proponent of that. You're good at it, great at it. We don't see much of that, though.
That's why.
I was going to say. Oh, now I see.
Technology nowadays and the string that's in the rackets is allowing girls to be able to just rip balls from the baseline as the guys. And 2 break points here for Peng Shuai early on in this match. Really giving Hingis a hard time, especially heavy balls to the forehands, troubling Hingis. She knows, she pointed, go cross court, get it to the forehand. But it was a little bit of, I think it was a better serve than she expected. Another break point, though.
She had 3 chances so far. And another one wiped away. Well, Hingis so far has been equal to the task against break point situations.
She's come up with some very good serves on break points, Martina. That's her experience coming through. And that's the one, I think, out of all of the serves, she's utilized the best. And that's where her intelligence comes through, knowing I can get my opponent off the court here. She's got 2 hands on that side. I'm going to use that serve out wide, get her to take that second hand off of the racket.
Yeah, she's a perfect 9 for 9, getting to the net to hold. And we're 3-all here in the first.
I think that's where Peng has to be a little bit more aware on the big points. I have to cover those wide serves on both sides. Take a step out there. Take a chance. Make her serve that other serve down the tee on a big point.
Love 15.
Hingis has yet to have a break point. Oh, backhand cross court and a beauty.
15.
Again, it's the first serve percentage that's really winning the girls their games on their serves. Every time they've gotten their first serve, and it's been high, the percentage, the points they're winning.
Well, 80% of the first serve points by Peng Shuai. She has 1.
72% from Hingis. So again, the first serve vital.
You can see those wheels turning in Hingis's head. How am I going to break through here?
Definitely getting frustrated, like you said, Mike. She is trying to figure out some way to do it, but Peng's playing a very, tactically, in my opinion, a very good game on her service games. Throwing in the kick serve, getting it up high above Martina's shoulders on the backhand, doesn't allow her to hit and come through.
Well, Peng Shuai served to start the match. We're still on serve here, 40-15. Oh, a pretty shot there from Peng Shuai. She holds 4-3. Here in this first set at the U.S. Open on day 3.
It's a big game here. I know that Martina knows that she's faced a lot of break points, not only a few, but a lot.
Martina Hingis to serve here in the first set, 3-4. And Peng Shuai puts her on the defensive again.
That last service was at 91 miles an hour, so Martina knows I have to get a lot of first serves in. Do you take the chance and go for it a little bit, or do you get that first serve in? Because she knows that Peng is hitting the ball very, very well, stepping in, trying to take advantage of this second serve, which is one of Martina's weaknesses.
Oh, that caught the back of the line.
15.
And that was out by a good amount.
That second serve was very close to the line as well.
Now, see, I would have challenged that one.
Maybe now,
right?
4-3.
Second serve?
Yeah.
Late in the first set. You have the lead. Love 15. Has the challenge thing gotten into the heads of the players at all in terms of strategy, when they might try it, or do you just go with, the flow of the match? To me, that would have been a good point to do it.
Well, I think most players use it the way it's supposed to be used, which is, if I think I've been rooked on a call, I'm gonna ask the question.
Oh, great get by Peng Shuai. She's going to chase this down and win the point.
I gotta tell you, there's been 2 points in the last game where I've seen Martina Hingis get schooled, which doesn't happen very often. In a lob in the last game where she got lobbed on game point, and now this one, Martina has no idea where her opponent's going. The throws her hands up in the air like, I don't know what to do against this girl.
30 all.
And again, the one thing that you know when you step onto the court with Martina Hingis is if I'm going to get second serves, I have to take advantage of them. And so this is where we're going to see, is Peng going to cover that wide serve that we were talking about? Did she learn from the previous games?
Hingis goes down the middle and wins the point.
But you'll notice, Mike, it was 90 miles an hour down the tee. So Martina's really smart. She knows if I hit this serve down the tee, I can hit it with a little less pace so it curls away from my opponent. It doesn't allow her to really just to step in and strike at it.
Well, the second serve percentage points won 46% for Hingis. Peng Shuai gets there, and Hingis cannot stab it.
Well, I think she's really confused. This is, she uses the drop shot so well in most circumstances, but I think she's going to it way too much right now because she doesn't know what to do with the ball. She's afraid of the power from Peng from the baseline.
Another break point opportunity. Peng Shuai's had all of them here in the first, and another second serve.
She hasn't had a lot of opportunities on second serve on break points, so let's see what happens.
Oh, and a winner forehand by Hingis to escape.
Yes.
I think she has to take more of a chance on a return like that. She hit it quite hard, but it's straight down the middle, straight to the Hingis backhand. You're not going to get too many mistakes off that side. Well, there's a great situation there. Martina has Peng all over the court. She has the easy overhead and doesn't do anything with it. Just hit it straight down the middle of the court. Gives Peng an opportunity to get this ball back into the court, run a few more balls down, and she knows, Peng knows, I'm going to get a short ball eventually, and I'm the one with the power. I'm going to wait for that opportunity.
Another break point, her 7th.
Net.
And another second serve. And there it is. The break of Martina Hingis. The 7th opportunity. Peng Shuai breaks through 5-3 here in the first.
Now I'm thinking she shouldn't have changed that racket now.
Is that what you're thinking? You know, second guessing, it's a no-no in sports. Now she tried something, it didn't work. Serving for the set now, Peng Shuai.
Definitely has been the better player so far in this match. No question about that, which is why she has the opportunity now to serve for the first set.
And Peng Shuai is powering her way through this now.
Well, she's just doing more with the serve, more with the ground strokes. Really taking it to Martina. Martina's really not playing her usual game, not getting the ball deep at all in the court. I don't know whether she's still nervous or she's just not feeling the ball as well today.
all.
15 all. And we'll find out if Peng Shuai can finish the first set.
Thirty
30-15, 2 points away.
Now, if Peng Shuai can realize what she's doing here, she's not really necessarily hitting winners all the time. She's saving herself in the point, making Martina hit a few balls, waiting for the short ball, because she definitely has more power than Hingis. Has to stay patient.
Oh, she rips a backhand winner. 40-15.
40-15.
Double set point. Hingis aggressive getting to the net.
Well, I think Martina realizes I'm really struggling with this girl from the baseline. I do have to take some chances early in the point and come in, which, you know, at the start of the match I said it was supposed to be the other way around. But I think she's realized that she really can't hang with Peng from the back of the court today.
And we're back to deuce, so it's not over yet.
No, tennis is not all about hitting the shot. It's a lot of it in the mind. And there's no question, in my opinion, if it had been 15 all or 15-30, she probably would have made that shot. But knowing it's set point against Martina Hingis, that missed by a long way.
She follows it up, though, with an ace, and that is her
Advantage bump.
fourth of this first set.
The amazing thing is those aces have come at really huge times all the time, often at deuce or down break point.
Now a second serve. She's won 57% of her second serve points. 8 of 14.
Deuce.
Yeah, we're back to deuce. That time she wraps it up with the overhead on a sharp angle.
Advantage Hingis.
Well, again, it was all started by stepping in and going for that second serve, putting Peng under pressure immediately. Struggling with that kicker, though. That ball gets well above her shoulders, and Martina knows, look, I'm well inside the court here. If I don't hit a good shot, I'm going to struggle because I'm leaving the court wide open on the other side. So she really feels like she has to hit that well. Oh, that's huge.
Big backhand down the line.
Advantage bump.
I mean, this is a pretty deep backhand here. Look how far she's behind the baseline. But when you have that kind of power, Mike, that's the thing you can do. That's why girls aren't coming to the net as much.
That's the home run ball right there. His set point. It's long. So Hingis not giving up on this yet.
Well, not the best of volleys, but funny enough, it was short and low, which allows you to, it doesn't allow your opponent to be able to hit a winner on you so easily because they have to hit up just to get it over the net. So often the only shot off something like that is a lob.
Second serve. So Hingis keeps scrapping back. Now has a chance to break back.
And you say it over and over again, but the thing that's really hurting Peng in this game is not getting her first serve in the court. It's allowing Hingis to hit the return, come in every time. And Martina is such a great player at the net.
Feng Shuai back the other way, ripping a backhand for a winner.
But she knows I cannot afford to give her a second serve. I can't afford for her to step in and take advantage of the first shot. I need to be the one doing that.
23rd winner here in this first set. To 12 unforced errors, so good percentages there. 14 on the backhand side.
Well, interesting. She got the return I think she wanted, but she didn't quite go for it as much as she probably should have.
And she attacks the forehand this time, and Hingis breaks back. 4 serving 5. Martina Hingis, and Feng Shuai had an opportunity there to wrap it up the first set, but couldn't do it. So Hingis serving to even the first set. Another backhand winner.
Now, if Peng can stay positive here, she has to feel good about her chances of breaking Hingis. She knows she's going to get a short serve every now and again.
She's had 7 breakpoint opportunities, but there's an answer from Hingis and a backhand winner.
No, very good serve on the line. Set that up again.
And a miss hit there from Feng Shuai. Hingis has yet to have an ace.
That's not a surprise.
If you're looking for an easy point, that hits the tape and bounces back. 30 all.
That was perfect.
And another break point and a set point. Look at this. First service.
Now, if I'm Peng, I'm standing well inside the baseline here. I'm going to put some pressure on Hingis.
And there it is. Feng Shuai bounces back after having her service broken to break Martina Hingis and win the first set 6-4.
Thank you.
But 57% of first serves for Martina Hingis. That is not a good stat for her.
So Peng Shuai to serve to start the second set. Now this is a very key game for her. Hingis puts away the backhand.
Now, 2 things are going to happen here, in my opinion. Hingis is going to finally loosen up. She's going to take a deep breath and say, okay, you haven't played a great first set. Just loosen up and let's just play some tennis here.
And will that be good enough to turn the momentum around?
And
we shall see.
And Peng, sorry, Mike, and Peng's going to maybe have a bit of a letdown here. You focus so much on winning that first set and you have a letdown against someone like Hingis, and before you know it, it's a set all.
First serve percentage has got to pick up.
she's going to challenge it. Very interesting early on in this second set.
Early in the second, the very first service game. Here's the shot tracker. And well long.
Call stands.
I mean, I don't mean to give my fellow player a hard time here, but that was a shocker. I mean, that was so far out. I cannot even believe she questioned that.
Well, on the other baseline, the sidelines is one thing you have a look at, maybe.
Yeah,
Baseline's hard to see sometimes.
Yeah, but as a player, you know when the ball's that far out. I'm in shock right now.
Well, Hingis rips a forehand winner.
You know, the only thing I will say about it is maybe she did that to throw her opponent off a little bit.
Little
Slow her
gamesmanship,
down.
maybe?
Hey, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It could be. Double break point. And there's one gone.
30.
We talked about that a little bit earlier. Do players use it in other ways? And
That's your explanation of that one, I think.
I'm
That's
just going to stop now.
Deuce.
And again, struggling with the kick serve to the backhand. I'm surprised she's not taking more of a chance and stepping in and really trying to drive that down the line. Take a chance, because hitting across court is not working.
Back to deuce.
I'm very surprised that she made such a bad error there. She's been hitting the ball so well. Even she was so shocked.
Another break point for Hingis. Second one here in the set. And there it is. So Martina Hingis starts the second set with a service break.
First game, second set.
But down a set here at the U.S. Open 2006.
The difference was there that Hingis got Peng outside of the court, and I know that Peng Shuai feels the pressure to hit a great shot there. But having said that, again, stay patient, realize that you're in this match and that you can break down the Hingis serve. It's very important for Martina to get a good percentage of high percentage of first serves in here. Above everything, that's what she needs to do. If she loses the game doing that kind of thing, then she needs to reevaluate what she needs to do.
And there's a fault on her first serve again. And Peng Shuai already capitalizing on that second serve. Hingis, 30-15.
30-15.
Now is Peng Shuai going to get impatient, do you think, in the second set after having one set Now being one set away from a big upset.
Well, it's definitely possible, but also at the same time, her game is to be aggressive. So if she starts trying to just push the ball around the court, then she's going to be outside of her comfort zone. You can't allow Hingis to move you around the court as much as she does, and that's what has always made Martina Hingis such a great player, is forcing her opponents into so many unforced errors from different parts of the court.
Forty 30.
Deuce.
Hingis is just struggling today. I don't know whether it's maybe the lack of practice that she hasn't had in the last few days. I mean, desperate to get out there on the court yesterday and hit some balls in the rain. She just looks like she doesn't have the balance that she normally has. She's panicking a little bit. I mean, that's a great serve, but you don't see her miss too many backhands like that. And she was struggling early on in the first set with a forehand, so I think she's just, trying to find her form a little bit still.
She remains comfortable getting to the net and has had a lot of success there, though. 2-love in the second.
Beautiful serve out wide, set that up. Peng Shuai, the most important thing that she has to do here is keep her percentage of first serves in, wait for the short ball, not try and make too many unforced errors, because Hingis is not going to hit you off the court. Like I said earlier, it's kind of the thing that really stopped Martina when she quit, when she retired a few years ago. She wasn't liking the fact that she was getting hit off the court by so many girls. They have so much more power than she does.
Oh, left-handed. Oh, Hingis, creative, had no other choice.
Come on, take a bow. That was amazing.
Well, what am I going to do now? I've got to go lefty.
What do you think? Do you think she's got some talent?
Yeah, she's got more than that. That's quick thinking is what that is, and execution.
Maybe you should have hit it with one hand, Martina. Oh, that was amazing.
40-15.
Shot of the day.
Absolutely. For the ambidextrous among us, no problem. But Peng Shuai settles down and wins the service game. Hingis to serve, leading 2-1 in the second.
One of those three are going to win the tournament, but now you can literally say there's 10 girls that could win this tournament. Again, struggling with making so many unforced errors, which is just not Martina Hingis. She's usually so great at forcing her opponents into these difficult shots in the point, difficult places in the court. I mean, I don't even know what to say there. That's like Roger Federer stuff. She's inside the court. You think the backhand's going to go down the line, and again, you just cannot read that. That's such an impossible shot. And even if you could read that, you wouldn't have got to it.
30-15.
She's got such great ability. We're an hour and 4 minutes into this match. And another second serve coming. Backhand return for a winner from Peng Shuai, and she has been brilliant on the backhand side today. Hingis with a brilliant answer to the Peng Shuai drop.
Well, this was a great drop shot. I mean, Martina Hingis long way behind the baseline, still showing how much speed she has. And I don't know what Peng Shuai was doing there. She obviously didn't see that drop shot. She was waiting for it to be hit deep. And it wasn't a great drop shot from Hingis, just well disguised.
Yeah, Peng Shuai was hanging around the baseline for some reason.
No man's land.
And Martina holds 3-1 in the second. Well, she's starting to get in a little bit of a groove. It's been shaky here.
But having said that, I still think Peng Shuai needs to just stay settled, win her service games here, try and hang around in the set, and knowing that she's going to get opportunities to break Hingis.
Oh, return winner by Hingis off the backhand side. She is getting a little more aggressive on return of serve. You can see the crowd trying to filter over from the grandstand court over to Louis Armstrong Stadium. The beauty of those two tied together. Caught the outside of the line.
15.
You see Hingis is standing on the baseline, really not anticipating such an incredible angle, and clapped her, even gave her opponent a clap there. At the end, you didn't see it, but she knows how good that shot really was. Classic Hingis again, realizing her opponent's well off the court, takes the forehand early, hits it down the line. But you can see she's still a little bit frustrated, hitting her racket because she almost got beat by that lob again. She's not really anticipating some of the shots that normally are so easy for her to anticipate. But her experience is telling her just to stay positive, stay around, stay in this match. You're playing against somebody who's nowhere near as experienced.
Never won a singles title. She's in her second U.S. Open. Peng Shuai facing 2 break points, trailing 1-3, but is up a set.
Beautiful.
And Martina Hingis breaks through her second break of Peng Shuai's serve here in the second set. She'll serve to go up 5-1. Crowd starting to fill in. They sense when there's a possible upset. You can feel it.
Well, this is New York. They like their 3-setters or their 5-setters. They like to get behind both players, and they're going to see some entertaining tennis if this goes 3 sets. Or even if it doesn't, this is going to be an upset, so they want to see it.
Well, that backhand has been brilliant today for Peng Shuai. Very few errors off that side. Hingis has a sharp backhand as well.
30-15.
Goes up 30-15 with that winner. $40-15.
A good serving here from Hingis, up 4-1, sensing she's back into this match and probably feels like she's playing better than Peng Shuai right now. So trying to take full advantage of that by winning an easy service game.
And with that said, she throws away the forehand.
Yeah, and shakes her head. So she knows how important it is for her to get one of these service games easily.
That's just wide.
Ooh.
And now Peng Shuai is she's gonna ask about that one. There's her challenge. And now we'll wait for Shot Tracker to take a look and see what happened.
It was close. I
think it caught the outside of the line. Wrong again.
See? My eyes, I tell you.
You've got great eyes.
I must say, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm 5-0 with challenges.
You may be the only player above 500. I checked.
I know.
I looked at the numbers. Put Renee Stubbs on the very top of the list.
Tell that to every umpire that I've abused over the years.
It's inside the line, but Hingis will get there and finish.
Yeah, as a player, that's not really the smartest of shots. Martina's pretty good at anticipating and running down and doing something with it. It's not necessarily, some people can be really quick, but they don't really know what to do with shots like that. It's important for Peng Shuai to realize this probably is going to go into the 3rd set, so it's important for me to establish my service games here and win my service games, so that when she goes into the 3rd set, she feels like she can win them. Put some pressure on Hingis's serve, because that's really the difference maker in this match.
Hingis gets there. And she'll win that point easily. So an opening here for Hingis and a chance to wrap the setup.
A great drop shot by Peng Shuai here. Martina barely gets it. She's completely out of court, but the beauty of Martina Hingis is her balance. She sensed right away that Peng Shuai wasn't comfortable with hitting with that shot, so just be patient, split step, wait for the easy ball, which is exactly what she did.
And that is wide and out.
15-40.
So 2 break points, 2 set points for Martina Hingis. Now 1
30.
wiped away with that serve.
Now Hingis is thinking, let's break here so I can serve first in the third set. Now most people would think that, but I don't know if Martina wants to serve first in the third.
I thought you always want that first serve in the third set.
Usually you do, yes.
There's the break, and she has evened the match. Martina Hingis bouncing back after dropping the first set 6-4 to win the second 6-1. The third set coming up. On the hard courts this year, Martina Hingis 23-9, Peng Shuai only 4-6. And the career Grand Slam record of Hingis impressive, but all that is forgotten. Living in the moment, she trails love 15 here in their first service game of the third set.
Well, Hingis has to be very aware right now of not doing what Peng Shuai did, which is having a bit of a letdown early on in the set.
Wow, what a point. Peng Shuai chased it down, ended up off court. Hingis overhead ends it.
Some interesting changes of pace from both girls there. The attempted high ball from Peng Shuai, but Hingis is so good at stepping in and taking those early and not allowing herself to get too far behind the baseline.
And Hingis attacking and winning at the net. She has been perfect, almost getting there. 21 of 24.
You see here, Peng Shuai has to take the second hand off the racket, which doesn't allow her to have anywhere near the pace on the ball.
Now it's 40-15.
And matching depth for depth there. Very good backhand from forehand from Peng Shuai, but was matched by Hingis's depth on the next shot.
Oh, cross court from deep for the winner from Hingis. 1-love and in the third. And she is looking sharp. She's won 6 of the last 7 games.
Well, Peng Shuai doing the right thing here, going to the towel, trying to slow things up a little bit. She knows that Hingis has been on a bit of a tear the last 6 games, so slow the pace down, realize that this is only 1-love in the third. It's not 7-0.
Well, the set 2 summary by IBM. 75% first serve percentage for Hingis made all the difference. 15 winners, only 4 unforced errors, and she converted on break points and at the net.
Well, 0 of 0 break points for Peng Shuai in that set, and 75% of first serves is the difference maker for Hingis, no question.
An hour and 21 minutes into it. Martina Hingis just beginning the third set. The match even.
Beautiful. She's really done a great job at capitalizing on the short returns from Hingis, really making some great angles on the second shots, knowing that that's her opportunity to win the point.
Just about even in winners. Oh, it snuck over.
Hingis, the master of the passing shot. She doesn't panic. She knows where her opponent is. This is the beauty of playing doubles over the years too. She knows, look, I'm going to get this down, and even if she gets to it, I'm going to run forward. You see her anticipating the short volley. Didn't need to worry about that when it's a clean winner.
She was a doubles champion here in 1998. And only the 4th woman all time to achieve that feat. Grand Slam in doubles.
Yeah. I lost her a few times
Remember,
during that year.
You did. And you don't lose to many people.
Oh,
So she's back to 30 all.
30 all.
Now this becomes a crucial hold.
that was a big miss there. She had a lot of court to play with, went for the down the line. Hingis was a long way behind the baseline there, really out of the point. So a let off there from Hingis on a huge point here in the third set.
Big serve. And Hingis is going to look at it, think about challenging perhaps, and no, she's not going to do it.
Well, she's not looking at anything. She's trying to find the ball mark. And as players, it does show up on a hard court. So if you can sense that the ball's out from the ball mark, you will ask the question.
And that is way wide. So Peng Shuai holds her first service game of this third and final set.
Right now.
No,
Yeah, she's asking for the trainer, I think.
I'm just thrown off. Yeah.
She's not well, not feeling well. Feels as if she's going to
Throw up, you can
get
say.
Get sick on court. Well, we've seen that before on court here. Pete Sampras a few years ago.
Maybe it's
That was
Louis
the
Armstrong.
classic.
Armstrong, we need this.
And now calling for the trainer.
You know, sometimes that's caused also, obviously nerves could be a factor. Drinking a lot, you're trying to put a lot of fluids in your body, and sometimes, you know, that kind of fluid sits in your stomach. Sometimes can cause a problem. Wow, the trainer was there quick. I'm impressed. WTA staff out there.
Hingis wondering what's happening, and now that pretty much sums up her feeling on it. Well, the humidity hasn't been that high. The heat isn't up that high. I mean, you know, it probably isn't heat related.
Oh, I mean, it could be a few things. She could have not eaten something last night that's agreeing with her. There's breakfast this morning. Like I said, nerves. The combination sometimes, you know, she could have stomach pains. I think Hingis was disappointed because she knows she has to serve next, and it is a big game. It's 1-1. Peng Shuai played a very good game there in that last game. Showed her, you know, although she's young, she showed some very good experience there by taking her time, getting the towel.
Now they're talking it over. Let's see. I think they're taking her pulse there. Make sure that isn't racing out of line.
You know, and on the other side, Hingis is sitting there thinking, okay, is she really sick? How well do I have to play now? Sometimes it can take you out of your rhythm. Sometimes you think, oh, if I can just get the ball in the court, she's not going to be able to play very well. So, you know, there's a lot of mind games going out there for both, well, more for Hingis. I mean, Peng Shuai is really just sitting there, listening to the trainer, talking to her, trying to figure out what she's going to do. And for Hingis, it's all about staying in the moment, staying focused, staying loose. You know, there's all these things she's looking over. You know, is she going to default?
How long does she have before something has to happen here?
They do an assessment. They come on the court and they ask you what's wrong. They'll do an assessment. And if they feel they need a medical timeout, they will get 5 minutes from the moment of asking for that. So as soon as that 5 minutes is up, they're back onto the court.
It's been about a minute and a half here.
Sometimes it can take a minute and a half, 2 minutes to decide if they need that 5 minute break. Usually that's tends to be more related to an injury, you know, a wrapping of the ankle or a blister or you know, massaging the legs or, you know, strapping something. But in this case, it's a little more unusual. Probably going to give her some Imodium or Maalox or something for her stomach just to settle it down. That's exactly what she's giving her right there. It's kind of like a, you know, a liquid form of something just to kind of settle her stomach.
Time.
And well, they've called the time.
Seats, please. Play continues. Thank
So play will continue. That looks delicious. Hopefully it's orange flavored.
Oh, I think that's like that milky
Oh,
chalk
that
stuff.
chalky stuff?
That's-
Oh,
we've
you
all,
don't want that.
Everyone's sitting back going, "Bleh."
The chalky stuff. I didn't ask for the chalky stuff. Well, most of the crowd in the grounds is headed into Armstrong Stadium. That's where we are. Hingis to serve 1-1 in the third. And she blows that service return over the baseline.
Sometimes when the ball's close now, the crowd wants to get involved.
Exactly.
Challenge, ooh, you know.
I thought she was going to stop that rally. That
No.
ball looked long.
No, that was in.
And you are, after all, 5-0 in challenges. That one is definitely long. I've got that.
And I'm 1-0 against you today.
You are 1-0 in the standings, the personal standings.
Big return. If Peng Shuai isn't feeling very well, it's important for her to step in on those short serves and take advantage of it. Go for it. Be aggressive. This is the third set. I've got nothing to lose.
And there, that call was a little late. Hingis points it out, 40-30.
You want to challenge this?
And let's see, is there a challenge to it?
Now you're getting desperate, girls.
The Ray Stubbs shot tracker calls it out, and it is out.
I don't know, McEnroe and
I see, I had that one myself. Not to brag, but I had that one. It was out.
Okay.
And so was that, and there goes the game. Hingis 2-1 in the third.
Hingis leads 2-1 in the final set.
Here in the first round of the U.S. Open. Back at Louis Armstrong Stadium, Peng Shuai to serve, 1-2 in the third. There, an uncharacteristic backhand error.
Oh, beautiful lob there. Very well disguised. You do have to protect the backhand down the line from Hingis. Everybody knows that's her go-to passing shot, but Hingis may be sensing that Peng Shuai isn't moving that well, trying to get that lob over her head, and used it perfectly.
Oh, an ace, the fifth of the match, first this set. And a quick answer, but Hingis has a little opening here. And the call out along the baseline. Hingis points it out.
Ooh, I don't know. You know, when you do the double look, Hingis did the double look, like trying to find that ball mark. He wanted it out. I don't know.
Double break point. She doesn't challenge.
See, I would have challenged that one because
That
that's
one
a
I
huge
would've-
point.
Exactly.
To go
Now
down
he's
2 break points.
Facing double break. Cross court and a beauty off the backhand side, saves one. try to go to the drop from the baseline and well short. And a break for Hingis.
And those are the Martina Hingis points that you expect. Grind out a few balls. Peng Shuai hit some beautiful shots there, and Martina kept getting them back deeper and deeper, forcing her opponent, look, this is all you've got. And then they feel like, okay, panic, and they hit a ridiculous drop shot from well outside the court and behind the baseline. And that's the typical Martina Hingis point.
Double fault, her third of the match. And quickly, Hingis in a hole on her own serve.
Yeah, beware the wounded dog, as they say, right? I mean, Peng obviously is struggling a little bit physically, but you don't want to let her get a second wind here. She's good enough a player to be able to get back into a set quickly by hitting a bunch of winners.
And a double fault, her second in this game. And now, triple break point.
I mean, I'm a little speechless, Mike. I mean, a great game that last game, and then two double faults in this game to allow Peng Shuai to get back into this match.
And a third serve in a row into the net.
Game on.
And at love, she's broken back by Peng Shuai. What next? Martina Hingis hanging on barely in the third. Well, here we go, a little extra edge to this one. Hingis getting very impatient. Her first trip back to the U.S. Open in over 3 years.
Net. 15.
So Hingis has the first point of this game. The unforced error is up to 31 now. And that's just wide. So another opening for Martina Hingis. She has converted 5 of 11 break points in the match. 1 of 2 here in this set.
Yeah, these unforced errors are hurting Peng Shuai now. Oh, beautiful. Forehand down the line. The thing that I'm noticing in this match the most is that I still think that Martina Hingis is struggling with what Peng Shuai does with her shot. She's usually so good at anticipating what her opponent is going to do with the next shot. And I think that's the one thing that she struggled with today, something she doesn't normally struggle with.
Oh, she's usually very adept at reading the other player's game and then constructing a counterattack to it. Another unforced error.
15-40.
Double break point. And there's the break. So Hingis breaks right back to go up 4-2. Has broken Peng Shuai's last 2 service games.
this is a little bit of difference between the men's and women's game. They can't just step up to the line and hit 125 mile an hour serve. They have to construct the points a little bit more and not got the big serve. So
and Hingis wraps that point up. She has been controlling the court a little bit more in this set, and certainly in the second.
again, I just don't think she knows what to do with the shot. I don't think that's necessarily missing it because she's missing it. I think it's just she doesn't quite know what to do with that backhand. Do I go back down the line? Do I cross court? And that little hesitation is costing her.
And she hasn't been able to stay away from the backhand of Peng Shuai. It's been very good most of the day. Martina Hingis in her 33rd Grand Slam event. Peng Shuai playing in her 8th. It's called out.
It was close.
No challenge coming. She's got one left.
Well, that's the old-fashioned challenge, re-challenge, when the umpire immediately overrules.
She went back to the same spot, but just missed. Peng Shuai couldn't get there. Thought she would, but the ball died.
Well, again, the brilliance from Martina Hingis there. Not the greatest of drop shots. I mean, quite ordinary. But the difference was that Peng Shuai was so far behind the court that she knew it didn't have to be that good. And so there's no unforced error there. It's just a very basic shot, knowing her opponent's well off the court and setting up the point win.
Too good. Peng Shuai. And even Hingis has got to admit, that was tough.
Now Martina has to decide, okay, am I going to be aggressive again? Because every time I'm up in the game, Peng Shuai has come up with some brilliant shot making. Do I take a chance? Do I hit a big first serve? This is all the stuff that goes on in your mind before you play the point out.
Swings it out wide. And she has a game point. And she has a game. Martina Hingis bouncing back from a set down, now a game away from advancing to the second round. Louis Armstrong Stadium on a Wednesday afternoon, round one, the second day of full play. Mike Crispino, Renee Stubbs. Peng Shuai won the first set against Martina Hingis, the 8th seed, 6-4. And then lost the second, 1-6, and trails here 2-5. Will try to serve to stay in the match. She's had some physical issues here in the last couple of games, had to leave the court, returned, and Hingis has just elevated her game as the match went on.
No, just cut down on the unforced errors, which is the most important thing for Martina Hingis at all times.
Peng Shuai to serve to try to stay in the match against the 8th seed Martina Hingis. That's way, way deep.
Well, that's her better shot off that, the inside-out forehand, trying to get it before it gets too high above her shoulder. But she saw Peng Shuai at the last moment start moving over that way, which took her eye off the ball, forced her to hit a better shot than she really wanted to.
And a second straight mistake on the forehand side.
Now, if I'm Martina Hingis here, I'm trying to win this game because I don't want to step up to that line and try and serve for this match. It's not like she's dominated on serve today. You don't want to give Peng Shuai any opportunities to have a rip on some second serves. She's going to be nervous. This is her first match back for a long time to the US Open.
And a third straight unforced error off the ground.
Go ahead, Mark.
She had only 12 now in these last two sets after 14 in the first set.
Well, and that's the thing. You don't want to go into the last game trying to serve for a match making 3 or 4 really bad unforced errors.
Shuai holds, strong off the ground and finishes at the net. And she'll force Hingis to serve for the match.
Now, as a tennis player, it's amazing what momentum can do sometimes. It's such a mental game. Martina Hingis has not played a fantastic match today. Peng Shuai has been up and down, and now Hingis has to step up to the line and serve it out. It's not exactly a big serve of hers. She knows she has to get a lot of a high percentage of first serves in here. And if I'm Peng Shuai, I'm swinging for the fences because I know this is my last chance.
Oh, the passing shot and a beauty. Hingis got to the net, made a solid volley, but and we're back to 15 all.
And that just stopped a run of 5 straight points for Peng Shuai. Martina Hingis has to take her time here, realize how important these points are for her.
And Hingis has been sloppy here in the last 2 games.
It's like the sand through the hourglass, and you can just see the sand just going slowly, 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 and all of a sudden, quickly. Hingis feels like, even though she's up 5-3, she's like, wow, I got to get this match over and done with. She's playing better now.
And a good solid second serve gets her back to 30 all. Well, they've been on court almost 2 hours, so it's, for a first round match for Martina Hingis, in her heyday, this is a long one. Now, a match point. And the crowd getting into it. They've packed Louis Armstrong Stadium with the knowledge that Hingis was in some trouble.
Now, I sat with Martina, like I said in the meeting the other day, and she said, there's no easy first rounds anymore. And she knows that now.
Yes, she does. Back to deuce. She got to it. Oh! And it lands just inside the baseline. Keeping it alive.
2 things there. Probably should have hit that on the fall. Hit a great shot, but you have to anticipate she is dead in the point. All she's going to try and do there is hit that up in the air and try and give herself a chance to get into the point. The fact that it got over Peng Shuai's head, not good anticipation right there.
Match point. Caught the line. And it's over.
Game, set,
Martina
match.
Hingis survives in the first round. It took nearly 2 hours. What a battle.
Yeah, I think that smile is more from relief than anything. She knows she didn't play the greatest of matches. Peng Shuai came out swinging, hitting the ball really, really well. Hasn't had a great year this year, but stepped on the court and realized she had a big chance to win this match against Hingis, and a few nerves and a lot of relief in that face.